Hello and welcome to the channel. Quinn here from the YouTube channel Quinn's Cars, and today I'm going to be going over how to put some low grill mounted lights on the grill of your car. I'm going to go over the exact way that I did it. If you're super mechanically inclined, this video might not teach you very much, but if you're new to wiring, as I once was, this video might be quite helpful. So it's not going to be the most detailed video because I already have them on. I was just cleaning up the wiring today, but I thought, hey, why don't I go over how I did this, and it might really help out. And any questions that you have that don't get answered in this video, please just ask in the comments, and I'd love to try to help you out. I also got that one on the roof, but that's going to be done in a different video. It's pretty much the same, all the wiring, just a different spot. But for now, let's go on to these pod lights here. And first, let me show you my German Sheppy. Isn't she cute? She wants the ball. Wow! I've never really shared it on the new channel yet, but that's the new garage. Of course, the important stuff first. And the new house. Never had a house before, but it's friggin' fantastic. Lots of property and surrounded by trees, and it's just awesome. Alright, anyways, I'm getting distracted here. Oh, and I got the Mustang in the garage. Oops, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. Anyway, so for the lights. Isn't she cute? Hey. Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. So, for the mounting. Now, this can be kind of the hardest part if you're good with wiring because it kind of requires a bit of creativity. And what I did here, I found made it a lot easier. I'll post a video down below, but the light bar that's on the roof, there we go. That used to be in the grill of my Ford Fusion that I used to have. I got a full video on that if you'll want to know how to mount it in the grill. That video is very long and very detailed and will be very helpful. That's what you're looking to try to do, put it in the grill space down there. But if I still have the link of it, I'll also post the link in the description. But I bought this thing for about 20 bucks off of Amazon. Just if I don't post it in the link below, just search up just like license plate holder, and you'll basically just find something that's the exact same shape of this. It should only be about $20. Now, I already had a front license plate thing from the dealership. Nova Scotia, we don't need front license plates, but there's just a dealership one on here. And I took that off and just used the same bolts and bolted in this thing right here. I needed to use some washers, as you can see, but really, really easy to do. I already have the existing holes. Now, if you need to make the holes and you just want to put it in your bumper, I would say maybe just do some measuring and find some screws that can go through your plastic well, and make sure there's nothing behind the area there. That would be a little bit tricky because you might find some hard metal, unless you want to mount it right into the hard metal. But this isn't on the metal, so you cannot really pull on this thing or attach anything to it. It may look super tough and off-roady. No, not really. But yeah, like it's not functional. Like if I bump into something like this, it's just gonna like bend and crack. Like it's metal, but it ain't no off-road metal or anything like that. It can't support the car weight, and it's just in the bumper, not the frame. So it basically yeah, there's what it looks like underneath. You pretty much these little pod lights come with these little mounts here. You can kind of pivot them and stuff, but I got them all tightened in, and you can also angle them back and forth. I did run into a bit of a problem that I couldn't really angle these ones out anymore because they kind of bumped into the back here, but that's okay. They're okay the way they are. And that there, I can't really twist it anymore that way because this here is in the way and that's in the way, so that's a little squishy. Honestly, if you wanted to buy this black thing here, you could probably, like, some of them actually come with light bars, like actual just light bars instead of the singular pods here. That would probably be the easiest way to go because you could just, it would be already pre-cut, and I think one would go in that hole, one would go in that hole. So if you want to do that, that would be good. You just want to make sure you're getting a good quality light bar. And it might be brighter than these pods too. So anyways, about the pods, I'm going to do a separate video on a light output review because I don't have any video editor right now. I don't know if I said earlier, so I'm basically just recording this and pausing it as I go along. I'll have to update that later. But these two in the middle are two Amazon spotlights. So the light is a little bit more focused, but there is a bit of a flood on them too. And then the ones on the left and the right there, those, that one and that one, those came together as floodlights. So a bit more of like a splash, shall I say. All right, before we get into the wiring, I just want to say I'm using these pretty much for fog lights because, as you know, fog lights really aren't that bright on their own. But still, they're a little bright, so I do turn them off when there's oncoming drivers. Eventually, I'm going to put a yellow tint over it, and maybe that will work. But for now, I'm just leaving it stock so I can show you what it's like stock. So, for the wiring, now I'm just working on cleaning all that up right now, so sorry if it's a little bit messy. But basically, this came with a wiring harness. I'll kind of show you how to do it without a wiring harness. Like, I'll talk about it here. But if you have the wiring harness, it's great because it's extra helpful. The ones that I ordered with these lights, they came with two endings on them because, these these things come in packs of 2. Those 2 and the ones on the end, they came together. So the wiring harness, it has 2 ends on it. One, I got these ones connected behind here, so you can't really see it that well, but I only got to show you on one side. So what I did was I took the positive that came off the wiring harness that is white here. It's been a while since I did this, and I'm using butt connectors for the connection. So if you never ever used these before, you basically just take all the wires that you want to connect and you put them in one side, and then you put them in the other side, and you use something like a crimping tool like this here. These wire strippers got a crimping tool right down there where my finger is, and you basically crush the metal that's in that tube, and it crushes it right in here and connects the wires together, makes a connection. So yeah, these are fantastic. I love using them. You just want to make sure that all the wire is in, and you want to make sure that you got electrical tape on it. So you take the positives that come off of each of these, the red ones, and then you put it in with the positive that comes off the wiring harness. And then you take all the negative, the black wires that come off of these, and then you put it in with the black wire on the wiring harness. Underneath this electrical tape here is butt connectors for each side there. So the negatives are together in one of these, and the positives are together in a separate one of these, and you want to make sure that they're not touching at all and covered with electrical tape when you're done. So that's pretty much that. It's very, very straightforward for that part there. So I got the wiring sort of going into the bumper here, and I'm going to connect it all up with zip ties so it ain't hanging down like that one is there. The wiring goes right through here and goes right through by the radiator. You'll want to make sure you stay clear of moving parts. Throw a ball for the Chevy. That wire goes up and goes into this relay. This is where it gets really messy here. As I said, I'm in the process of tidying all this up. Don't worry too much about that relay. You just got to mount it in somewhere if you don't want it floating around. So there's a little bolt there. You can choose really anywhere. And then off of that, you have a positive and a negative wire. And I put that right to the battery. So it's a big mess here because I got multiple things wired in. Again, I told you I'm tucking. That's what I'm doing today, is cleaning up this wiring. But the positive, sorry, I'm sniffly as well. The positive comes off that relay, and I got it right on the battery terminal here. Same thing, I use a crimping tool to put this connector on here. The end, it just has like a, you know, goes right into a battery terminal there. So I got that on there, and the negative goes right there. So easy peasy there. That's where you get your power from. You could get it somewhere else, like with an easy fuse. And if you didn't have a wiring harness, you would just have to do all this wiring yourself. And then you'd have to make your own switch. But for now, we got the wiring harness. You may be saying, oh, that's dangerous because if a wire short circuits, well, it could start a fire. Yes, but this thing going to the positive side here, there is a fuse. So if something gets overheated or hot here, this fuse will pop, and then you're all good. Then the wiring won't go through anymore, so you won't have a fire. So that's that. Now, coming off the positive and the negative here, we have a switch. The switch comes with the wiring harness. Now, if you follow this wire all the way through here, it goes all the way through here, and I got it going through a rubber grommet right there. As you can see, one's for the roof there, and one is for the pod lights that I have. I took a knife and I cut that open there, and I put the wires through. Whatever you do, as you can see, there's a big bundle of stock wires there that go through the middle. You do not want to cut those on the other side when you're poking through with a knife, so for God's sakes, be careful. So that's pretty much it for everything there. I just realized I was going on for about 2 minutes straight there, and I wasn't recording at all, so I don't know where I left off at here, because as soon as I stop the video, it makes a new one, and I don't have any editing software right now. So yeah, the biggest thing, I know this was a really quick and dirty video here, but really it was just made to help if you're new at wiring and stuff, just kind of give you a game plan on how to start and how to get this stuff done. I know it would have been a lot better if I was showing you right from the beginning, me putting it in, but that's why we have the comment section. So if there's anything about that you're unsure of and you're like, that's confusing, please just comment down below and I'll try my best to help you out. I just thought, you know, when I did my Ford Fusion, the light bar in the bottom of the grill, I thought it was a lot of work, because I never really did any wiring before, and I never mounted any lights before. And now that I did it again, it's a lot easier. So I hope this helps out at least somebody. And again, I'm sorry it's a quick and dirty video here, and because normally, if you look at the last one I did for the Ford Fusion, it was a lot better than this one. But life is busy right now, and Christmas is around the corner, so this is all I got for you right now. If you want to see that one, that'll be in a different video. If you want to see the light output of these, that will be in a different video as well. That'll be out pretty soon, but that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I hope this at least helps one person. That's all I got for today, guys. Have a fantastic day. Quinn out of here.